You wanna see something? Watch this.
Oh, now you
But I gotta worry for this thing. See that spider right there? Oh yeah, this is great, fellas. This is a weed. I just got rid of a quarter of the pond. All right, there we go. See a little snapping turtle. Look at that little guy. But to run this farm and keep this channel flowing, it is... What is going on, Cuffaros? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're doing all those things that I typically would say and never execute. It's one of those days where we're just gonna do things at the farm and maintenance all of what we have going on here. This is a video I've never made before, but we're gonna start off by literally getting into this mud bottom pond and cutting back all of that. Then going inside, dealing with the shark pond. We have to do some pump work. We've got to do some cleaning in the fish pond. We've got a heck of a lot to do today in today's video, and it's just one of those videos that I'm getting the things done that I need to just get done, and you're all coming with for the ride. So first things first, I'm hopping in this pond right here. There's so many goldfish over there, it's actually insane. As in one of our last videos, there's also a red-tailed catfish in here and a lot of turtles. So let's hope I don't step or get bit by anything when I'm in here. I've got my clippers. It's time to go swimming. I like look at these weeds and I'm like, okay, where do I even begin? Where the frick do I start? Oh goodness gracious. This is exactly what I want to do on my Friday. Wow. First thing I step on is a sharp rock. That's gonna be a great sign. Oh yeah, this is great, fellas. This is a weed. I just got rid of a quarter of the pond. Ready? A quarter of what I need to do. But I got the technique down. I was cutting before. That would have taken me all day. I just got to use the strength and pull it and get as much as I can. Get a bundle here like this, grab it, and don't care what insects and animals are gonna bite you. I was gonna hit the gym today. That's my gym. Okay, not only do I feel tadpoles and fish smacking me left and right, but I gotta worry for this thing. See that spider right there? That just ruined my whole vibe, and I just got started. That ruined my whole vibe. You remember when I said don't worry about what insects get you? That needs to go. That needs to leave. Stop it. Oh gosh, now I don't want to do this. All right, I'm working through the weeds here. I've completely cut a path. I want the weeds to just stay here, right? And then as they grow, I could always get in and continue to cut them. I'm on a cinder block right now from this, and I've got pretty high ground. So I'm just kind of working my way through the rest of these, and then I'll pull it all into one big pile and get it up and out of the pond over there. Out of cleaning the pond, we literally got this entire pile of weeds. It's probably 2 feet high. And not only that pile, but this pile over here as well, from one clean out. Pond looks good though. Once all these little scraps, all the little leaves that came off of them, pushed to the sides, nice. And just like that, now I could start filling the pond back up, which I am doing. I needed a little lower in order to do, obviously, easy work, shallower water. Not only completely drenched and dirty, great way to start the day. I honestly love it. I love getting work done. It feels amazing to do this. It's officially done now. Now we could actually see our fish once the water fills back up. We could turn our water fountain on if we did want to. I'm gonna plug that in just to see how it looks. Although it makes my electric bill about $300 more a month, let's just see how it looks. I had power ran here. Oh, well, hey there, bud. Yep, see you later. Nope. Well, outlet doesn't work.
Yeah, it just turned everything off.
Okay, we just tried to plug it into the building, and then all the power of the building just got shut off. So we're not gonna mess with that right now, okay? that will work, and if it doesn't, we just get another one. But the water fountain is accessible now. It actually has the ability to spray water and you know, provide a lot of oxygen in here. The water is filling back up. It's usually like up to here, and actually like 2 feet. So yeah, fellas, this looks much, much better. Let me clean up and get on to the next task. Inside the fish building, we have my little DIY filtration. So this filter I have made in just a few simple steps. What you're gonna need for this right here is one of those Husky clippable boxes. It's got the rubber seal up underneath. You close it, and of course, it clips. You'll need an egg crate, some silicone as well. As you can see, I used a lot of that because In my previous one, it was moving a lot. I had a PVC down here. This has nothing to do with anything other than just keeping this off of these pipes. You need a little bit of 2-inch PVC or whatever PVC you decide to use. 2 of these uniseals, whatever size PVC of course, but you can get those off Amazon. And of course you got to drill your 2 holes. So you essentially just put your PVCs, these are the 2 exit holes. After the water's already been filtered, this is where it's going to exit. But what you do is once we build the inside, which you'll see here in a second, the water essentially goes into here through all of our filter floss, which you can also set up a subscription to get filter floss to your front door on Amazon. Not sponsored whatsoever, but this is just how I do it. Essentially our tube will be in here, pushing water onto the filter floss. After it passes through the filter floss, it goes through the egg crate and in through these holes back into the pond. If it doesn't make sense now, it will in just a second whenever it is flowing. I just need to go to the hardware store, pick a couple more parts up, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, folks, we've made it. We're here at Koi Smart, one of my favorite spots to come visit. We're getting 2 pumps today, and I think that's all we need, but we've got a little maintenance to do, and you're here along for the ride. Look at this, we got nets. We've got heaters, aerators, and all the other miscellaneous things that you could possibly need, lights and everything. But what really, been here a couple times, and what also is here is a whole entire fish store in the back. It's kind of cool filming with this GoPro. I never bring the GoPro into stores, but that is the world's largest Cory cat. Oh my goodness. We might even have to, no, you know what, I'm gonna turn around. We're gonna get out of here. This is, oh, look at the pufferfish. All right, this is what we're here for. These pumps right here. Now, it's not a sponsored video because I'm here to buy them because they broke. So these break quite often. They're running 24/7, I'll give them that, but I need, what size? These things get expensive. 5,000 gallons an hour. Now we don't need that because our original filter is what's pumping the whole pond. We just need probably about half that. 2,000 gallons an hour. This is it. Listen, I'm not that dumb. I might have dropped out, but 2,500 is half of 5,000. I just don't see one that's 2,500. Now there's one. I need 2. I need another 2,000 gallon. You know, now that I think about it, I'm sitting here, I could definitely go for a smaller pump on our DIY filter. We don't need 2,000 gallons an hour pumping through that whatsoever. 1,500 gallons an hour right there. Money. There's a 3,000 right here. 3,000 gallons an hour. Nope, we're gonna stick to the 1,500. All right, there she is. We're back. We've got everything we need from the hardware store. Unboxing our pump. This is the 1,500 gallon an hour, which is the one we're using for this homemade filter. Spin that on, and now that pump's on. All we gotta do is now essentially put this where it needs to be, and then we do a lot of cutting and gluing and cutting and gluing.
Don't electrocute yourself.
You know, it's been a long day. It might actually be pretty nice. Wake me up a little bit, you know? Alrighty. Okay, so I gotta trim that and use that piece to go there. Ding, 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 ta. Thibbity, ding, ding, ta. Got that. Bob the Builder. Hey, just wanted to let everyone know watching this video, never buy this right here. See that product right there? Doesn't work. Second pair I bought, they don't cut PVC. Hopefully the owner of this, no, it doesn't do shit. You wanna see something? Watch this.
No, now you.
That right there explains how this day is going. Completely explains how this day is going.
But those hats are waterproof.
They are.
They're available where?
You can get those in the link in the description down below. Now we take this, put a 90 on there.
People are gonna tell you doing that wrong.
I'm doing it my way. This is my DIY filter. Can't do it wrong if it's mine. That right there, we just took over to the barn, cut a bunch of slits in it with the table saw. I even made a big slit back here just in case these slits aren't letting enough water out. At the speed of it pumping in, it just lets the remaining out the back. And that right there, solid work. I'm super excited to use this tool again. I need to use it like 3 more times. See that? See that finger chopped off right there? See that?
Wait a second. If you cut yourself with it, maybe you can sue and we can become rich.
Oh! Oh! Oh, it's the smoothest cut yet. Woo! I'm alive! Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Would you look at that?
He's delirious, folks.
We're gonna take this, hit inside of here, take this again, hit inside of here. Do this, bing a bang, shake a boom. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, this one's not gonna be good. Oh, this is good. We got through it, we got through it. Oh my gosh. All right, it's called the DIY filter for a reason, boys and girls. Last step, folks, is the last little bit of glue. And that is around the top of this right here, keeping this on forever and ever. Let's go. See that? Pumps water up, this way, down, into there. You can take this off to do maintenance. You just pop this up and turn it to the side. This is where all your water will be getting shot out of. You put your filter floss, give me some filter floss. You get your filter floss, you put it around this. Just put it around it, trust. Just like that. It's just for extra filtration. This is not your main filtration. Main filtration's there. You close the top. That's why I said you gotta have the seal one. Pow. All right, there we go. That is it. It'll run through that filter floss. It's gonna come through the egg crate there and then pour in. All we gotta do is plug it in now. Wow, that was a lot more work than it really needed to be. Ooh. Here we go. Oh yeah. Just give it a minute. Just give her 1 second. She's gonna start pumping here in a sec. Oh, look it. Not only is this gonna create great filtration, but it's also gonna create much more oxygen than that one ever has. Wait till you see how much gets pumping out of this thing. By the way, that filtration from start to finish completely made up on my own one day when I was really bored. And it filtered my entire freshwater pond crystal clear by the following morning. So, if you use it, send me some pictures. I'd love to see you guys use my creation. It works great. It might not like look the best, but I could paint all the white PVC black, which I will do eventually, just like I did with this and all of this. Nice extra flow right there, boys and girls. Nice extra flow. Should clear up any fogginess this pond has. That'll do the trick. Now this hasn't had a filter for quite some time now. It's crazy enough how clean it stays with just, this is a big thing, the skimmer of course, and not only that, the UV as well. Between the two of those, it obviously keeps the water crystal clear. But I need to obviously get this filter going again. So in order to do that, I've got the PVC right here that I need to connect to the pump, and I've now got another pump as well, of course. Careful. Oh, the best PVC cutters on earth right there. Oh yeah, we're gonna have enough room, have enough. And as you can see, the first time in quite some time, our filter is flowing. No leaks, it was, fixed it. Everything's good. Everything's good. I might be a little bit of a mix between sweat and the water from when I dropped my hat in the water, but my goodness, are we done for the day. It's been quite the day. Just those 3 tasks took hours. Now that we're done, pick up this camera tomorrow where we continue our journey of just the maintenance behind all this. Alright folks, day 2 of maintenance here at the farm. Now there's a lot of stuff in this video that I'm obviously not showing, like cleaning the frog enclosure, doing water changes on both this, the Fly River / cichlid tank, and not only that, but water changes that we do consistently weekly onto this, the 125 gallon planted aquarium. Also all the tree trimming and little things that go on inside even the reptile enclosures that we're just not gonna film in today's video because it's not an everyday thing. What we did get done though is that filter the other day, and as you can see, it's now painted and it looks so good. Painted black, matching everything in the back over here. You can see a little bit of the dark filter in there, which means the filter floss is doing its thing. It's collecting any sort of nastiness that the filter itself in the back over there is missing. This is just literally extra filtration. As you can see, our stingray, well, look at this, one of them. Hello, Bati. We have our stingray. Our big old horn shark is out right now. That's because it's feeding time. You can see a little food at the bottom. The water is still just a little bit foggy, but I do think that this filter right here is gonna get rid of that fog. This pond, like I had said, is going through its cycles right now, which is very typical. As you know, these things always are up and down, clear and foggy, clean. That's just how these ponds are, especially big saltwater. Now, for the most part, once it is cleared, like the reef pond and the predatory, they stay clear. Just in the beginning, it's got to situate itself. You see our electric stingray on the bottom down there? He's kind of covered himself still, but he's right there. I showed you the yellow, that guy's right there. He's eating away. Remora ate already, now he's sitting back in his spot. These are carbon bags right here. I keep those in the pond, why not? Our jack, shark, soon to have other sharks. You can see all the little, you can see our golden trevallies all hiding under the rock right there. So So aside from our filter now being completely done, that's good. Thank gosh we got that done. Our skimmers were cleaned. As you can see, they need another emptying. This is the most nasty thing in the world. It smells so bad. But this is something else we do on the farm. Soon to actually have the tube ran outside so we never have to empty it. It'll just empty by itself outside. But these big old ponds have all these fish in them that produce waste. So as the waste is produced, obviously the skimmer takes care of that and it gets clogged and stuck up in there. And then we drain it through these tubes right here. I've already purchased the tubing and everything to run it outside. I even drilled a hole. I'm just waiting on one part to come for this. The predatory pond really isn't too much work for the most part. We've got big UVs on the back of all of these ponds. Big UV on the back of the predatory here. Big UV on the back of the reef pond over there. Of course, a big UV over here on the shark pond as well. The QT pond has a UV built inside of this. But these require new bulbs every few months. And I have a couple of those in storage here at the farm that we could always get. I think one of them is actually right there in this cardboard tube. See that cardboard tube right there? That has a bulb in it. So we've got a couple of those always on hand, ready to be reinstalled if need be. For the most part, once these ponds are established, the bigger body of water saltwater is, I've tend to found out that the easier it is to maintain. Bigger the saltwater body of water, the easier it is. The smaller, the harder. Now that could not be the same for you, but for me, it has been. So once these are established as they are, as you know, these fish are just crazy. Look at them all. It's nuts. It's nuts seeing how big they're getting and how healthy they are. But like I was saying, once they're established, they're really not a lot of maintenance. All it is essentially water changes, which at this point, y'all know, I have pretty much rigged the entire fish building with PVCs and valves to make that situation a heck of a lot easier for me. Even in the back here, I literally could pump it from the front yard, the same place it goes out. I pump it in. I can go shark pond, reef pond, and predatory pond, all right there. Close the opposite valves if I'm not using them. Makes life a heck of a lot easier to do big old water changes. We have trucks arrive from down south, whether it's the Keys or Miami. Charlie comes and loads up the house with fresh salt water. Next water changes we have are the reef pond, and we're gonna probably do another one on the shark pond, help it cycle up a little bit. That's the next truckload, which will be at the end of this month. All right, let's get down from there. So yeah, inside the building, really the only maintenance for the reef pond and the predatory is make sure the fish are eating and the bottom substrate's clean, and of course, change the skimmers and watch the UV bulbs. Look how big the shark's getting already. Growing like crazy, dude. And these guys are getting big too. They just like to hug either the side or they go in the rocks here. There's one of the grouper. Let's see where the other saddleback, oh, he's under there. See his head? He's hiding from us. QT pond doesn't really require much. It comes with a little bit of water changing here and there. And of course, just maintaining whatever medication is in here, or in this case right now, it is a grow out pond for our saddleback grouper and our bamboo shark. And for a smaller body of water like this, this filter right here does the trick. It's got some tubing. I got all this on Amazon, and then a pump. And this thing just cranks. It stays pretty clean. There's not much bio load, and only about 3 fish that are this big inside of there. So nothing to worry about in that pond. So that is pretty much it for the inside of the fish building. The predatory pond has got some really cool fish in it. The reef pond as well, of course, and then all the other miscellaneous ponds and tanks in here. That's that. And of course, a big shout out. This video is not sponsored, but we do work a lot with API. They have us covered for just about anything we could run into. I love them. All of our sponsors, honestly, KRFC, that help make this pond possible. All of your beautiful fan art all over the walls. Thank you. If you want to send some fan art, by the way, make sure it's on a canvas so it doesn't like warp up from the humidity in here. But send it to the P.O. box in the description down below. I'll hang it up inside the fish building. Let's go outside now. Oh, turkeys. This is so annoying. Until I get a bigger filtration and a better UV, this pond's never really gonna get too clear. I actually mentioned that in one of my last videos, but I'll show you just how easy it is with the PVC and valves to do water changes here at the farm. This is, if you see the sign, the Amazon corner pond, where all of our massive red tails, big gar, and you know, pretty much the pacu and everything you can name is in here freshwater wise, even a big fly river. They don't care that the water's dirty like this, but I do, especially for YouTube, because we wanna see them, right? So until I get a bigger filtration and a better UV installed in here, which I've got to save up some money, that is gonna look like that. But it's nice that we have this easy water change here that we could do whenever we need to. Just simply go like this and turn it to backwash, and just like that, the water will stop coming out of there and start shooting out the front yard. Right out here to the front. And you can see fresh water straight out into the swale, and my water stays in front of my yard, thankfully. I've done this water change many times and it always stays right here. I'm actually getting my swale done the 29th. They come and they're actually gonna put a whole new tube and pipe and new driveway piece here, and that wasn't cheap, but I needed to, especially doing these fresh water changes out to the front. I wanna make sure It's nice and flowy. I wish I lived on a canal. That would be so clutch. Oh, that would be, oh, it's one of my biggest regrets actually buying this property is I didn't buy a house on a canal because I would love to be able to just put it right into the freshwater canal. Although FWC would probably have a field day with that one. There's nothing in the pond. It can't even get through the filtration, all right? Even if I have minnows, they wouldn't make it through that. Hey yo, more plushies. They just arrived. They're on the website. Oh, I might be doing something for someone that has one of every single species of plushie I release on PC Aquatics. Just maybe. Alrighty, the turtle house. One of the next steps coming outside. This is probably the most maintenance, I think, out of everything I own. Which is actually insane to be able to say that because I do have a lot of animals and a lot of different things. This is probably the most work. They poop like crazy. There's 15 different tubs. I think a total of maybe 9 of them are being used. Right now, they're not even that dirty. As of last night, we fed and they get a little bit dirty. So this morning, as you can see, the Indian spotteds definitely need a nice little water change. We just let it trickle. What's nice is all we do is unplug the PVC here. It falls into this gutter underneath, runs all the way down and right outside of the building right here, which then we simply just, let me do it one more time. These top ones get most dirty. All you gotta do is twist this, and that has fresh water, well water at 72 degrees running right into the tubs, and it'll do the water changes for us. So although I say it's the most work, we've made it pretty dang easy for ourselves here at the farm to do most things, most water changes, feedings, and the worst case scenario of things happening, we have ways to do it and fix it a lot quicker. Even like the flooding we had problems with in the goat enclosure, we built them a new house and now it could flood all at once because the goats will go up top. But these tubs, yeah, they're a little bit of maintenance, but for the most part, you guys are awesome, and soon we'll probably do something with all these turtles. For now, they're living their life. They've got they got UVB lighting up top. These ones down here are all clean, but it looks like our guys are just getting done eating. As you see, a little snapping turtle. Look at that little guy. It's crazy how big they're getting. But just like that, all the tubs getting cleaned up. I'll just simply walk away now and let them just completely, oh, lighting, holy smokes. So I'll simply just let those keep on flowing for the next like 5 to 10 minutes. They'll clean themselves out. I plug it back, fill it up to the right level, and that's good. Turtles are good. The other day I went and picked up a kiddie pool at the store, the hardware store down the road, and that is right here. That's what this is, and we got this for our emus. So I want to eventually dig them a pond of some sort, and of course have a cover, especially once we get the Highland cow. But for now, oh, hey guys, hey, oh, what are you freaking out? We'll throw that right there and fill it up with water for them so they have a small, tiny pool. As of right now, they can still dip in it. They loved it when I had it and they broke it. And I also just never went back and just got another one. So we just got that. These guys have a little bit of an enrichment. They're gonna have a lot more. They also do have a ball in here they play with, but for the most part, they have each other, and that's what they play with the most. Rick and Morty are emus. Eventually, like I said, I want to have a cover for them and an in-ground pond out here eventually, which will help the Highland cow, not only the drink, but the Highland cow will probably bathe in it as well. Straight from there, plug these back in, start filling up on both of these now, and look how clean that water is. Just like that. Turtles got clean water. Oh, alrighty. As you can see, all tubs are clean, all turtles are happy. All the newer morphs are down here at the bottom if you didn't watch that. But definitely go check that unboxing out. You won't want to miss that. My uncle's out here doing the sidewalks and watering plants. This is never ending, huh? Never ends. You'd be surprised on how much work just goes into keeping simply just this white tile clean. I don't know who the heck told me to get white tile. My goodness. Now y'all know we have a total of 16 pigs over here in total. 2 big old ones back there. Our 2 others, Mango and Lady May, over yonder. Right, guys? Our turkeys that don't stop gobbling nowadays. Yep, there they are. And of course our goats. We got Boots, we got Oscar. What am I saying? That's Lil Baby. Lil Baby King, who loves the head scratch, as you can tell. Yep, he loves that head scratch. Babe's over here eating Emmy, which you don't see often this close. Oscar's up in the house over there, getting his fresh hay. But for the most part, you'd be surprised how easy the farm animals actually are. They have, of course, vet visits here and there, oftentimes, deworming, hoof trimming, tusk trimming for the pigs especially. But for the most part, they're not that difficult considering how many there are. The fish tanks, the ponds, are tenfold what the animals out back are here at the farm. And I mean that with no exaggeration. The goats are really nothing at all. They're very easy to maintain as long as you deworm them and feed them a good source of hay and some grain here and there. They're pretty easy animals. And honestly, same with the pigs. They poop in one area. As you can see, right back there, that's all their poop right there. They like to poop right here and around the corner. So they're fairly clean other than the mud. And fellas, last but not least, what we started the video with, let me show you our outdoor pond that is now most definitely clear and the water's most definitely higher. Yeah, so sick now, so much better. Look at that water flowing. The weeds are cut all the way to the side here. I'm probably going to get rid of this, I'm not gonna lie to you, just because one, I don't know if it even works. It didn't work already when we tried plugging it in, but two, it's so much bigger than it even needs to be. We can get a smaller one, if anyone at all. It constantly has fresh water running into here at all times, and as you can see, if you look closely in person, it's a lot easier to see, but look how clear the water is. You can see all the way down to the bottom, and it's still got another foot to fill up. The goldfish are all at the bottom down there. There's a red tail in here somewhere. Gosh only knows where that thing is. But it's deep. It's about 4.5 feet deep at the very middle. Definitely thousands and thousands of gallons, and I would love to eventually put the freshwater predators in here if we can get this water to stay steadily high, which I'm figuring this all out now. But it stays 72 degrees year round. Look just how clear that water is. It's actually insane. Hey, reflection. It's sick to see how clear it is. And I know if we get the predators in here, it'll be really easy to see them. Even if we just get some bass, we should load this up with even just bass. Like Thump would love it in here. I think there's a red tail and a peacock bass in here. But now that it's deeper, it's staying filled. We have some coverage here that can hide from birds, and there's even some algae in the back, and this big plant's growing up and into the water. It's so natural in here. This is exactly where bass and bluegill and stuff should be. So maybe if you want to see that and you want to see me get some largemouth bass, we could literally be hand feeding them right off the dock here. Smash the like button down below. If this video gets 25,000 likes in the first 72 hours, I'm going to stock this entire pond with largemouth. So hit that like button. I love this rock bank right here too. Look at just how clear, look at that. All the way to the bottom, it's that clear. And that's because there's this fresh water always flowing into here. I am so happy to see this done. The weeds are obviously all picked up. What a day. My neck is so cramped. I messed it up at the gym. So I'm kind of sitting here like, hey guys. I really hope you went on to enjoy this video. We obviously have even more than what I showed in this video to get done here. But this is generally an idea of the maintenance behind the PC farm. My little brother, me, my uncle, my mother, 4 people. It is a 4-person job here, and I never ever say the amount of money that it takes to run this farm and everything that goes on here at the house, employees and everything, but I'm gonna say it just for the sake of this video, and if you made it this far, you'll know this and no one else will. But to run this farm and keep this channel flowing, it is $23,113 a month. And I say that just because for those of you who are like, oh, you sell merch all the time and you sell, it's the only way to keep this thing flowing. The support you give me by buying the hats, buying the plushies, that right there is literally what keeps this flowing. So I appreciate the OGs that make it to this point of the video, that watch all the content, that support the merch. Even if you can't buy the merch, just watching the content through ad revenue, we provide this life for these animals and live this super cool life building all these ponds and having fun. So I love you, I appreciate you being here. Happy New Year, folks. Cuffaro's is gonna be such a crazy year. We're getting sharks, we're getting crazy mammals, we're getting new enclosures, reptiles out here. It's gonna be awesome, and hopefully this year, I know for a fact I'll get it done, but you'll be able to come see this place for yourself. And one last step before we end the video, I've got to go load up the truck with animal feed. We do this every other week, and we get 10 things of all stock, 2 things of emu feed, 3 bales of TNA hay, and other little enrichments for the pigs and goats and stuff like that. But I got my girl Mia with me, and we're going to load up on some feed down the road here at the feed store. Got it. I love the smell of this place. All the hay, the fresh hay, bales and everything. TNA specifically just smells so good. Actually, I take that back. Alfalfa smells even better. Am I just a freak that I know all the smells? If you're a farmer or you have a farm, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So good. Thank you, sir. I mean, you call me weird all you want. That smells good. If I was a goat, I would eat that too. Now we go home, unload all of this, and we're good for the week and a half. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.